Hello, everybody, and welcome. We have the Crimson Gray game here, the scrimmage match, and we're underway. Crimson off to a hot start, trying to pass it across the slot. Wasn't able to go. He's going to loop around, taking out his metric. Metric behind the net. He's going to loop it. Intercepted at center ice. Coming out to play it. Crimson goalkeeper, that's Gates. Now off
Yeah,
the
nice
board.
clear up the ice there by Adams, able to find his man across the middle. I know a lot of the passing lanes haven't been there early on, especially in their own end for the Greyhawks on the right side of your screen and the Crimson Hawks to the left is Greyhawks on the attack. Now Adams on the backhand whiffs, goes around the corner, tries to put it out in front, and instead they will bring it around the point, try to set something up offensively.
Well, we know how special Adams can be. I mean, we saw it during the playoffs last season, and he's just a tremendous player to watch. He has such speed, and it's gonna be interesting to see how he responds in this game.
Yeah, really consistent guy on this IUP offense, and they're trying to find out, what new weapons that can work for this offense so far. Not too many shots on goal for Gray early on, and as now the Crimson Hawks having trouble exiting their own end.
So
They'll clear it as
let's
far as center, and here's some attack here. Johnston moving in on goal gives it off. Good defensive play. Getting in there to make that one was Grant Partial wearing that yellow jersey, number 8. He gets to it here, and he will meet the blue line, circle back, and wait for reinforcements. That's a good play there to wait for his forwards to get instead of just dumping it. A good offensive play there. Try to set something up offensively. A great physical play in the back.
yeah, the Crimson Hawks really haven't been able to get much going. It's really just been all Greyhawks, and they're playing a really nice, solid game right now. And they're just gonna dump it in and go for a line change. That one dumped in by number 6, Evan Sala.
Now a nice block there. And miscommunication getting out of their own end. Gray's trying to jump on this opportunity in the offensive zone. The Crimson Hawks doing a good job at swarming in their own end, but moving up the ice a bit too quickly before they get puck possession. Nice bounce pass off the wall. Doesn't find anybody. Defenders will take it, and the Crimson Hawks will move out of their own end. Taking on that far side is DeTulio. He looks to the net, and the centering pass deflects this way.
Yeah,
And
DeTulio.
now the Greyhawks trying to escape their own end. That one bounces up into the neutral zone.
It's a really good shot selection by DeTulio, and here he goes again, trying to skate in and out of the defense. Had a good shot. The goalie could not hold on, and fortunate enough, this attack keeps going on for the Crimson Hawks.
Yeah, Stahl there with really good vision, and especially traffic in front. Good goaltending on the back end, but he's going to have more pressure here if the Crimson Hawks can get an attack going. They'll just dump it in and go for a line change. That was an extended shift there for the Crimson Hawks offense, and had to be dogging it, but good thing they got reinforcements out there as they're trying to bounce back and get back on offense as this one moves to the neutral zone. Trimber this time, and his shot goes up into the safety netting for stoppage of play, the first stoppage of this exhibition game. So the Crimson Hawks and the Greyhawks playing and competing out. Certainly fun. A lot of talent out on the ice today, and we'll see what next season looks like for the Crimson Hawks. But again, a lot of talent out there.
Yes, that's totally right. You know, this is a chance for the coaches to see what each player's strengths and weaknesses are. You know, both coaches right in front of us. We got the pens out, they got the rosters out, making sure it's taking their notes. And like I said, who's going to make this final team? It's going to be interesting to see whenever the season rolls around. Great hit along the boards as a good deflection by Gates puts that one to the side, and another shot into the safety netting.
Like that play by Ziemba. He really played up there. He's a defender on paper, but he goes up. He's a two-way guy. He gets that shot off, and that goes into the safety netting for a stoppage of play. But he had his four forwards in there getting that forecheck, trying to get possession. Bounced out. He got the shot off. And didn't result in a goal, but a good shot there. The defense even getting in on the scoring opportunities. Now Gray on their heels, and a good counterattack as they'll dump it all the way past the red line. I think they were looking for an icing call, but they won't get it. Must have deflected on its way in. Now the pass across, miscue here, and just dumping it in, making the smart decision was Hoffman.
Yeah, Caleb Hoffman knew that his Greyhawks were a little gassed out there, so good decision to get a line change, and here we go again. Odd man rush. Here's Adams, and that one's just wide of the net. It was
Adams
point
there.
blank.
Adams there in the slot. He does not normally miss on those, and getting a piece of that was the Crimson Hawks goaltender. And now Adams has it this way, trying to look for the passing lane. Alcela with the long pass. That one will bounce up to center ice. Good communication by the Crimson Hawks defense to get it back into the offensive zone. But nobody there. Nice move by Sela to create space, but he loses possession. The puck bouncing out behind the net. And the scrum will ensued at the back boards. Little move there by Bokor. Getting back to it with speed is Jace Rierick on the backhand. That one goes wide. Now the puck bouncing around. Bokor this time gets it to Rierick. The bad pass to the point. Intercepted at a 2-on-1 the other way. The Crimson Hawks sit on goal. Save Stahl. Now the rebound comes out still loose. And the glove hand able to snag the opportunity from Fairman in the blue paint.
What an incredible desperation effort by Stahl. I thought that puck was going in for sure. He had him down on his back and everything. And that's one thing about Stahl. He never quits on the play. This kid is amazing to watch.
Absolutely, especially with the celly there at the end after the play. You love to see it. Again, all sportsmen on the ice, but great save there and just a small showcase of what he can do in the regular season. Now Sala on the backhand. He's able to find his man up the far side. And gets dumped back into the Greyhawks zone. Semitoski gets it to the far side. He'll actually come back this way, but a bounce pass will go into the offensive zone. A bit of a neutral zone battle here. The Crimson Hawks doing a good job with the passing. Going back the other way. And sliding across was Stahl. I don't know if he got a piece of it. And he did, and it deflected into the safety netting. Even further celebration after that one.
So Stahl is having his work cut out for him. That's 2-3 back-to-back saves, and Crimson Hawks are buzzing right now. 13:57 left to play in this first period, and this Crimson Gray, the Gray Hawks team, they gotta tighten up defensively if they want to get better looks.
Yeah, absolutely. Ever since early on, they haven't had too much offensive zone presence. And the Crimson Hawks certainly buzzing in the offensive zone as this one comes all the way back out to the point. He takes it there himself, trying to dump it in. Good job showing himself very early as Partial. He's a very good two-way forward, it looks like, and getting in the way of a lot of passes and trying to create opportunities for his Greyhawk team. Yeah. Certainly a good show early on by Partial.
Yeah, Partial really doing a good job keeping that stick on the ice. We see him right now forechecking in the offensive zone, but he has the speed to get back in the defensive zone.
Now the pass just slightly off the mark, intended for Rierick. We know what Maddox Rierick can do with a ton of ice in front of him. You know he's dogging after that opportunity, but that's the type of player he is. He finds those holes on the ice, takes those passes and goes, and that one wasn't on the tape, but he can do a lot with open ice in front of him.
Yeah, he can. You know, we saw it during the playoffs last season, and he does not fail to deliver whenever he's in the spotlight.
So now the center ice face-off. Wild unable to win that one. He was a top-line center near the end of last season and really showed the depth of this IUP team. As now the dump and chase, won by the Crimson Hawks. But it looks like the Greyhawks are going to come away with possession.
Crimson Hawks doing a tremendous job in both ends of the ice right now. They did really good in their own end, preventing the Greyhawks from able just to even set up, just in general. And they're really just been locking it down, and they're able to get chances up and down the ice.
Yeah, they've controlled the majority of possession so far in this game, and certainly the leverage has to go to the Crimson Hawks so far, but pretty sound defensively thus far, and Stahl obviously doing a great job in goal, keeping the Greyhawks at a 0-0 score. Wild winning the face-off here. And now a short pass up will deflect. The Greyhawks will recover. Wild with the interception. He pokes it ahead. And now back in his own zone playing with it. Danger here. Donovan immediately having to get rid of it. And Sinicki now taking the abuse. He'll dump it back into his own end. And they'll plot from their own defensive zone. That pass wayward, and the length of the ice. Icing the call.
So looking at the shots on goal right here, still knotted up at 4 apiece. Yet to have a goal in this one. We've had a lot of really good opportunities, more for the Crimson Hawks than for the Greyhawks. We had a really good opportunity earlier for the Greyhawks. Jordan Adams, point blank in front of the net. He had a backhander, and then he got right up in front, missed the open net. And the Crimson Hawks, ever since then, have been buzzing on both sides of the ice at that. Good
So now
spot.
a bat ahead, intercepted. And good job to keep it in the offensive zone, but there's no forwards there. You got a piece of that pass. And now the Crimson Hawks will move into the offensive zone just to dump in. And
Little
a
change for the Crimson
smart play
Hawks
there.
right here, dumping that in.
Now coming up this way is Hoffman. He turns around. And the pass, unable to connect with his teammate. Now Sala behind the net, wraps it around this way. Taking the abuse on this side is Mitchell. He's unable to keep possession. Sala to chase. Mitchell with the stick battle there. He's able to get it around, and Hoffman will recover. Will get it as far as the blue line. I believe it hit Sinicki on its way down the ice, and they say it will. And a nice deflection to get in the offensive zone. Both teams just trying to plot out what they're going to do offensively, but now the Crimson Hawks in the offensive zone. A dangerous pass, and the backhand stop by Stalls in net.
And that chance would not have been possible if Ethan Zupanik wouldn't have made a beautiful no-look pass and had a really good opportunity for the Crimson Hawks. And now we have a whistle here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was offside. It looks like it's going to be offside, but Okora went down, and a little bit of a heap there. That stick was in between the legs, but he was trying to get something going offensively, trying to find Adams on the near side, and it seems like a lot of the Greyhawks offense is coming from the left side of the ice. And it hasn't produced any goals thus far, but let's see if they can do something now in the offensive zone. Okora loses his
What a nasty
stick.
stick lift there by Zupanik. Now he's coming on the right side. He's going to be pushed off the puck into the near boards here in a battle for the loose puck.
Really good play there by Zupank for the Crimson Hawks, getting in the offensive zone, getting the turnover. But here's Adams the other way. This way, going around the net, keeping possession, looks at the net, puts it back to the point. And now the shot coming in will be deflected. Good job by Sinicki. Get it to the corner.
So skating away with the puck,
Now-
Chase Rurick, and he's no stranger to big situations, Alex.
Now,
I said Jace Rurick, not really a stranger to big situations. He's a seasoned veteran on this team and looking to lead his Greyhawks to get a goal on the board as battle for the loose puck, coming away with it. Going to be number 6 Fairman.
Another seasoned veteran on this team. We'll see Glavich out there. He's taken a few shifts now, and he's looked good in the offensive zone. Hasn't had too much action early on, but he's making his presence known the later on we get through this period as he takes a shot from the slot. The rebound comes out. Save. Partial robbed in the slot, but Glavich has it in the offensive zone. Gets it to Partial, and it deflects off his stick this way. And still fighting for it in their own end are the Crimson Hawks as we have a goaltending change for the Greyhawks as Hallman takes the net. And he will relieve Stahl for the remaining 9 minutes of the period.
Gates has been tested a lot this shift, and we still have yet to get a stoppage in play. And Crimson Hawks are finally going to be able to clear the puck, and Gates is going to go off and get the goalie change.
Yeah, after we hit the midway point of the period. And a shot
down.
here and a goal. Getting on the board is Metric. For the first goal of the game, he opens up the scoring with 8:56 to go in the period.
What a shot there by Metric. Just absolute bar down. You heard the ping, and no better sound for a goal scorer like that.
Yeah, beat him on the glove side, too. And it's not an easy place to shoot, especially for a left-hand shot. As well, the face-off here, a bit of a tie-up. The Crimson Hawks will come away with it. That pass going straight up the ice. And getting on his horse and getting the shot off was Zupong. Zupong showing a really good show thus far as a forward, a two-way forward at that. But now danger the other way, a shot and they save. First save of the night for Davichal, net number 1 for the Crimson Hawks. Now Mitchell in his own end, looking for the passing lane. And behind his own net, he had 2 guys back there. He was forced out immediately. And we'll go to the far side. Sela looks up the ice, and he'll dump it in. Out to play it is Davichal. And a nice forecheck there, a 2-on-1 opportunity. Able to get it to safety was the Crimson Hawks. And a defensive play by Sinicki to drive him off the puck and move it up the ice. And Zupong trying to chase that. Ooh, a slash at the end. Nothing there, but again, Zupong really trying to show what he can do thus far. I'm really impressed with him so far in this first period. And not yet on the board, but number 8 for the Crimson Hawks looking good. But here's another good opportunity for the Crimson Hawks in the offensive zone. Missed pass, and that will go to this neutral zone.
It's a golden opportunity for the Crimson Hawks. No one there to keep the play alive and the turnover results.
There's certainly a lot of physicality on that far side as we have 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go in this period. And one wrapped around. Hoffman getting it back up to the point for the shot up high. Still loose. Good shot from the point coming from Simatoski. As he retreats, he's had a couple shots as a defender, and now he's going to have to defend this opportunity. 2-on-1, Wild with it on the far side, and he's stripped of it. Great defensive play by Bokor. And now the Greyhawks will move it up the ice and at least get it clear for a change.
Yeah, this has been a crazy little sequence of events that looked very dangerous for the Crimson Hawks. Here's an opportunity for the Greyhawks, freezing Davichal, and he buries it home, tying this one. What a beautiful shot by, that was number 11, Jace Rarick, and we already know the kind of wrister he has.
Yeah, we talked about Jace Rarick earlier in this period, and they're able to tie his team up, tying this one at 1 with 6:37 to go. But again, like you said, the puck's moving up and down the ice. A lot of players trying to get back on positions, and the offense really good at forechecking, honestly, on both sides. Obviously, that puck squirts out back into the offensive zone for the Greyhawks, and Jace Rarick with plenty of ice in front of him, like you said, ices the goalie and puts it in the empty net to tie this one at 1. We have a tie game now as Bokor moves it up the ice. And in the middle, Rarick again, this time off the post, looking for his second goal on his second shot in a row. Now Trimber gets it this way, and dumping it in is Seitz. That one goes behind the net. Ziemba's pass, that will find his target on offense. And puts it on the backhand, forehand, trying to chance his way in. Unable to, was Rarick there, and he passes that one to the slot, going straight through. Crimson Hawks going the other way. You know, as this period goes on, it's kind of to be expected, but both teams looking a lot more sound with the puck, a lot more passes are connecting with their targets, and we'll see if the scoring picks up as we enter the final 5.5 of the period.
Yeah, I think the boys just needed to shake off a little rust and kind of get a little bit familiar with their teammates. You know, we got a lot of recruits at this event, and so they're not too familiar with the team chemistry as of now, but it looks like they're starting to settle down.
Yeah, certainly showing, building on that team chemistry thus far. As now an attack up that far side, he'll dump it in. It seems like the Greyhawks have adapted more of a dump and chase style of play, and it's working as they have offensive zone possession, but just not too many prolonged offensive possessions. As the Crimson Hawks on offense now, across, and unable to connect with his man. Intended for Metric. He already has 1 goal this game. He's trying to look for his second.
It was a beautiful look by Shane Miller, but just could not get tapped home by Metric.
Now a deflection goes wide of the net. Behind the net, Metric trying to get it out in front. And now the puck going the length of the ice. Icing the call. So a desperate clear there. Obviously not something you want to see all the time, but this Greyhawks defense has been out there for a while, and they're still going to be tired as the Crimson Hawks making a line change. They're going to come out with a full offensive force.
Yeah, they're got a lot of energy resting on the bench, and like you said, Alex, this great team, they've been on the ice, they've been working a lot of opportunities let go. Looking at the shots, 12-7, Crimson is leading Gray, and they've been peppering Hallman on the other end. Oh,
And
what a
now,
toe drag, a move, and goes wide of the net.
yeah, nice move to cut into the slot there, just unable to find the net with his shot, as Glavich will try to find Partial on the far side, and he'll catch up to it. Cutting back is Partial. Glavich now, trying to put it on the backhand, looking to the net. Now the shot comes out, another opportunity, that one goes wide. Malloy there with the opportunity, now Partial behind the net, gets it out to the point. Partial takes that hard pass, finds its way into the slot, and Glavich will take the shot. Now Malloy behind the net on the backhand. Trying to find Glavich, instead the defender stepping in. Sinicki takes possession. Zupunk sends it this way. And now the Crimson Hawks trying to get something started on offense. On that far side, taking it is Johnston. He'll dump it around the net. Come back out for Seitz. Seitz on the forehand behind the net. The defender all the way back in the offensive zone. And the Greyhawks catch up to it. Now in the neutral zone, a turnover. And that one goes into the net. And Hallman will stop the play. 2:52 to go in the first period. Tied at 1 are the Gray and Crimson Hawks. Impressive performances on both sides. Again, Partial looking very good, but also making an appearance recently. Sela looking really good on offense as well as a defender.
Yeah, Sela, I think we saw a little bit of him last season too. He's really comfortable in his own zone, but when he needs to, he's able to apply that offensive pressure. You can call him a little bit of a two-way guy, if you will.
Well, nice spin move there by Dobransky to move that one up the ice. And got that pass up, and there he is making that poke check on that far side. Keep an eye on that big number 13 defender for the Greyhawks. Nice poke check there to keep it in the offensive or in the neutral zone by Donovan, and still riding his man into the boards.
So kind of just fighting along the boards here, the corner boards. Gray's going to come away with it, batted down in the neutral zone. It's going to be DeTulio trying to get it. They're going to enter the zone, little move. Fighting for it at the high point now.
Yeah, a lot of contact on these near boards, and both teams with an equal shot of coming away with possession. Nice Seitz will just dump this one in on the Greyhawks side of the red line. So no whistle for icing, but causing some trouble in the offensive zone is Wild. And the Greyhawks give it up on their own end. On that far side, trying to find possession. Unable to bury it was Trimber. Now the Greyhawks coming up. Only 2 forwards against 3 defenders, but reinforcements arriving for the Greyhawks. As he pauses it on that near or far side, I should say. Now Kutch loses it. Good stick battle there. Getting the best of it was Ziemba to move it into the offensive zone. Hoffman now backhanding it in. Good chase there. A wrap around. The Crimson Hawks in their own end. And trying to get a clean pass off in this final minute of play, but the Greyhawks certainly not making it easy to exit their own zone. Now, wide open. And on goal. Backhand save.
Ooh, what a save.
What a play by Hallman to keep that one out of the net in the final 30 seconds of play.
Yeah, he absolutely robbed him. Going spread eagle on that one was Hallman.
Now the puck getting as far as the blue line, but they keep it in the offensive zone. 20 seconds. Deflects behind the net. Now a tip pass and a 2-on-1 if they hurry. And the pass just a bit off the mark. Hoffman just coming out after a highly defensive shift. He'll head off after dumping it into the zone. An interception here, and that will do it for the first period of play. 1-1 the score after the first 20 minutes. We'll be back with the second period. Do you have any final thoughts?
One thing I do want to say, I really like how the Crimson Hawks are playing. They're super aggressive. They keep their sticks on the ground. They've intercepted a lot of passes. I think if the Greyhawks want to take over this game, they have to be a little bit more smarter with how they pass and just be more aware of who's on the ice and just make better passes. You know, they're really sloppy right now, basically.
Yeah, a lot of the bounce passes have been working in their favor. However, both teams with a goal, and both teams showing, pretty good showing defensively thus far. And so we'll see what both teams can continue to do as we will come back for the second period of play in just 3 minutes. And we are back for the second period of play in just a couple seconds here. That's one of the things about these, team v team games. Not too much time in between periods. However, we'll see what they do. Doesn't look like the lines are shaking up too much going into the second period. As the Crimson Hawks going right on offense. An opportunity here, and he sinks it. Just 12 seconds into the second period. A nice goal there to find it top shelf.
That was Shane Miller.
Shane Miller on the board.
That was disgusting. That was a snipe and a half. Ew, that's what they call it. Ew, that was nasty.
Yeah, wasting no time. And we saw a lot in that first period, the teams electing to pass it rather than take that shot up close. But this time, taking that shot just a couple feet away from the net and burying it upstairs to make it a 2-1 game. Now the Greyhawks in their own zone trying to pass this one up. Now another interception. The Crimson Hawks looking very good offensively with a lot of speed here. And now this shot deflects wide. Metric there, unable to find the net. And a turnover here in the neutral zone. Taking it is Jace Rurick on the near side. Into the middle, off the pad, still loose in the shot. And a save in net. Great job by Hallman to keep that one out. Gates to keep that one out. And that was a goal. So bounced around in the slot, and I'm going to say that was
Adams.
Adams in the...
Yeah, there was just a lot of commotion going on. Too many shots allowed by the Crimson defense, and there's only so much he can do down there. Hallman saving one after another, and finally Adams is able to break through and get the tying goal at 2 apiece.
Now the Greyhawks trying to get it out of the zone. And in the neutral zone, they come away with possession. This side is Partial. He has it in the circles. And Glavich will backhand it in. Partial, back to Glavich. Shot low. And he beats him 5-hole. Now the goals are flowing. 3 goals in the opening minute of this second period. Nice pass by Partial to get it back to Glavich for that shot. And obviously when you give the leading scorer on your team the opportunity, he's going to sink it almost 9 times out of 10. No
Yeah,
mistake there.
beautiful pass, beautiful setup by Partial, and whenever you got that big body like Glavich and leading the team in goals last season, that's a pretty nice combo right there.
Now the Greyhawks in their own end. After just getting that lead, 3-2 the score, drop pass back, unable to find Mitchell, and it'll be dumped around. And a retreat to that one was Malloy. He's unable to get to it. Now poking at it in the corner is Semitoski. He gets it out. And Partial with the light shot off to the bottom right corner. Good job finding that shooting lane. There's not a lot there. As Partial gets it back, and he takes a forehand, but a glove snag by Hallman to keep that one out of the net and keep it a 1-goal game. Nice glove save in close.
Yeah, beautiful glove save by Hallman. That's what I love about goaltenders and just watching them play. They love just to exaggerate that glove save. It might just be a routine one, but they'll flash that leather in a heartbeat.
Hey, give him credit for it. Those saves are
Yes,
hard enough as
yes.
is, and especially that close, able to get that whistle. And now the face-off. Greyhawks remain it with possession on offense. Shot blocked before it hits the net. And a clear will make it to the blue line, but the Greyhawks able to keep it in. Good job there at the point. And now stepping up to make the play is Semitoski. He'll backhand it in. And they'll chase. Now the Crimson Hawks down by a goal. Trying to find the lane up the near side, but unable to connect. And now danger the other way. Nice job of defense by Zupunk there to strip the forward of the puck. As Kutch gets back to the point, all the way across, Dobransky will dump it in now. Now Winsky loses possession. And Johnson trying to get to it, but unable to clear it. He'll get it as far as Zupunk, and now some open ice here for Rierick as he puts it on the backhand. Maddox Rierick trying for the wraparound, but he never made it to the net. 17 minutes to go in the second period. And now the point shot goes right up high. Now the shot coming in from Sinicki. That one, pad save. Another shot coming in and right into the breadbasket of, I believe, that's Stahl back in net.
But yeah, no, this has been a very interesting little start to the second period. 3-2, 16:47 already, and we've had 3 goals to start this one off. Miller, Adams, and Glavich. Miller with a beautiful snipe earlier. Adams coming off of the beautiful passing and shots, and Glavich able to get the pass from Partial earlier, and that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, that shot riding high, and the Greyhawks doing a great job defensively to crowd that slot, make sure pucks don't make it cleanly in on goal, and Stahl's handling the rest as his team is up 3-2. Now the shot coming in. Greyhawks able to recover in their own end. Looks for a passing lane here up this way, and they'll dump it in. But the Crimson Hawks recovering in their own end. But the forecheck too strong. Greyhawks keeping possession. Oh, he couldn't put it on the backhand of the slot. And the Crimson Hawks will be unable to clear the zone. They stay on offense. Hoffman now chasing after it as he hits the boards. Hoffman poking at it. Now goes across, moving down the middle, and now to the far side with it. Pass goes out into the middle. Nobody in the area. And the defense recovers, and here's a counterattack opportunity here. McCord, and on goal, he scores. Oim blocker side as the first line center gets on the board to make it a 4-2 game.
And Bakor, he doesn't have the tallest frame on the ice right now, but man, this kid can move, and he got past the Crimson defenders and made them pay with that one. Great shot selection, beautiful accuracy there, and able to go up 2 now with 15:42 to play.
Yeah, nice forehand shot there, showing a lot of confidence going blocker side, and it wasn't even that high, so definitely picking his spot, but going back the other way is Zupong. Now the puck deflects up. The Greyhawks able to live to tell about it, because that bounced around in the slot a couple times, but they have possession. 15:21 to go in the second period. Adams has it on the far side. He has it poked away, and he'll just blast us into the offensive zone. Getting to it is Rierick. Back around for Adams. Facing pressure. Has to get rid of it. McCord moves it ahead. And Adams will chase after it and get possession. Nice stick lift there. Now Zupong trying to do a 180 there. And he tries to pass it back to himself. Looked like if he broke out there, that was certainly some danger going the other way. And number 8 for the Crimson Hawks looking very good so far this game.
Alex, one thing I'm noticing is that this is a complete 180 to what I said at the end of the first. The Greyhawks are doing a tremendous job at passing the puck now, and the Crimson Hawks are struggling on the passing game now. So the Greyhawks doing a great job at keeping their sticks on the ice and getting those turnovers, and the Crimson Hawks, they haven't been able to get anything going, and they're down by 2.
And that normally comes with the territory. I mean, normally when you're good at passing, your team is also good at reading passes and intercepting, and they're doing a great job at that, getting counterattack opportunities, and has led to their 2-goal advantage just 5.5 minutes in to the second period. Now Partial coming up with this side. Trying to bank pass it back to himself, but Glavich will take it instead. Using that large frame to create space. Save by Hallman. And Glavich there.
You didn't know he had it.
Yeah, lost it in the skates, but Glavich saw it the entire way. Bit of a high stick there, but no whistle. Now the pass to the far side. Crimson Hawks trying to plot something offensively, but that pass intercepted. Moving into the offensive zone is Sele trying to put it into the slot. Yeah, part of the reason that IUP is so successful is because their defenders are not afraid to go, the full length of the ice to make a play, and certainly impressive feat is that's something a lot of college teams can't keep up with. As actually the defender's getting in on it now. Behind the net, trying to poke that one free, but unable to, was Winsky. Comes out, and a nice interception there by Dobransky.
Just barely offside on that one. Got a little bit too excited and stopped to play. 13:09 to play. Take a look at these shots real quick here. A lot of shots in this second period. Greyhawks 20, and now the Crimson Hawks with 17, and it's just all Greyhawks. 3 unanswered goals to start this period off, and it's going to be interesting to see if Coach Hanzo and the Crimson Hawks are going to be able to come back from this one.
Now on his own end, moving up with it. And moving around was Rierick, but a turnover here, giving it off. Kutch gives it back. A nice pass there. Still loose in the slot. Kutch with a shot. And a whistle here. I'm not sure what the call is. I believe they're calling a hand pass, even though the Crimson Hawks had possession.
It's either a hand pass or I saw some gray jerseys in that blue crease. And looked like Hoffman was trying to get over and really couldn't because there were some skates there.
So we get the face-off now. Now Sinicki behind the net will bounce it up. And then in the neutral zone, the Greyhawks will control. Hutch takes it off the skates, and he retreats to his own end. Nice footwork there to keep possession, but an interception. Moving up with it, and taking the shot right into the breadbasket. Great job there to find that was Gavin Cummins. Get that one on goal.
I'll tell you what, Cummins has a heck of a shot. I mean, it might have went just right in the chest, but I think that's something to work on. He's got a really big frame out there, and if you're that big and have a great shot like that, a little bit of improvement on the accuracy, and I think he's golden.
And again, I mean, for a defenseman, that's exactly what you look for in this two-way style to play. And again, he's had a couple great seasons with the Crimson Hawks and showing why he's a consistent player on this IUP team. And Cummings getting in the action here. He gets it back out to the point. There's defense partner. It looks like Sinicki number 9. So earlier when I was saying 19 was Sinicki, it's actually White and Sinicki number 9. Now a scrum behind the net. The Greyhawks come away with possession. And now to move it into the neutral zone. On this side of the ice, trying to find any opportunity to get it on the net was Malott, and a whistle here. He had a stoppage of play. Looks like offside the call.
Again, so both teams go into the boards, getting some line changes out there. A lot of them were out there for some extended periods of time. 11:35 left to play here in the second period. 4-2. Scoring breakdown. Metric scored first, and then Jace Rearick in the second. Miller got the snipe to start the action off in the second. Then it was Adams, Glavich, and Bakor, all for the Greyhawks.
Yeah, certainly a lot of goals in the early going of the second period, but as we approach the 11 minutes to go, not too much going on. A shot here, trying to make me eat my words there with that shot, but a good save. Getting that shot off in the slot. Trying to get a look at the number, and yeah, it's Jace Rearick. He's been everywhere on the ice tonight.
And that's just how he plays, even in games that count towards a record, he is everywhere on the ice. He doesn't stop. He has just so much hustle.
Now Mitchell firing that one in, deflects wide. Not sure if that was a bank pass by intention or just what it turned out to be, but able to beat his man in the race was Mitchell, and he'll get his team another offensive zone draw. Yeah, 4-2 the score. 10:56 to go in the second period. You can tell both teams, as the icings continue, generally getting a bit slower out there. Skating strides a bit heavier, but still looking really good, in the defense standing strong in the middle stages of the second period. Now Wild with the deflection. On the far side, they pass it up. Wild with a small pass, and he gets it back on the immediate snapshot. And that goes over the net into the safety netting.
That was a really good look for the Crimson Hawks right there. If I haven't had a lot of those, it's really just been all Greyhawks, but finally able to get some action down on the other side of the ice. And now we have another goaltending change. Nathan Gates now in net for the Crimson Hawks. Excuse me, I think that's Stahl. Excuse me.
DeTulio on that far side, showing off the body on that faceoff, and he's certainly a power forward for this IUP team. Again, another consistent forward, puts up numbers, and a lot of his value comes in his physical play. Big guy, number 16. Oh, but he takes the hit there, and there's the play-by-play curse there. On him out, he takes that hit. Now on that far side is Mitchell taking it around the net, and Horn here. as
So the
we get a
Horns-
stoppage 10 minutes into the second period, halfway through the game.
So it looks like the teams are they're either going to the locker room or are they coming on the ice? I think it's just a little stoppage of play to kind of get everyone to a little bit of a rest. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're gonna go into the locker room. Where's that? Not entirely sure, but the Zamboni's coming out here.
We'll score now 4-2. Just 10 minutes into the second period. We'll step away for now. We'll be back soon.
He needs drafted.
And welcome back to the second half of the second period as the IUP Crimson Hawks in their exhibition game, the Crimson versus Greyhawks. Again, these two teams facing off against each other. A lot of them teammates, but a lot of guys coming in that we haven't seen, wear an IUP uniform before, and they're, making a name for themselves as the Crimson Hawks going right back on offense. Very similar to how they started the second period. They went out on offense, all attack early in the second period, but not much since then. As here's a shot that rides high, and here's the Greyhawks on the counter. Jace Rierick moving in, stops. Puts it on the forehand, and Adams can't find it. Good poke check there to ward that one away. I believe that in net is Gates.
That was a really good move, really good speed by Rierick, and you know he has that speed. He just stopping on a dime, and Adams just could not finish it. Now back the other way, a good shot by, I believe that's Metric.
Yeah, Metric's had a couple offensive opportunities. There's a reason he's the number one center in this game for his team. And there, another shot. That one low on the ice, but a good pad save. I believe after not sure who is in net. And it looks like Dovachov in net for the Greyhawks. Now, bank pass, or a drop pass there, I should say. Unable to connect. The Crimson Hawks moving back on offense. He'll scan his options, move into the offensive zone, and he'll get it back. Around the net, in the slot. The Crimson Hawks unable to pull the trigger. 8.5 to go in the second. Rierick on the far side, moves it this way. Ill-advised pass as Mitchell couldn't handle it. And now the pass up to the neutral zone. Interception here. Partial's unable to control it. And now Zupunk going the other way. Puts it on the backhand, trying to lead it to somebody in the slot. Nobody there, and the Greyhawks defense gets on it. A nice bounce pass. Unable to find Glavich initially, but he's able to track it down and wave the icing. Moves it on his forehand. Another shot and a goal.
What a
Glavich with his second goal of the period. And the Greyhawks with a 3-goal lead.
Dom Glavich yet again, just absolute beauty on the inside post, glove side, and he does not miss normally, and that's his second of the night.
Yeah, you can tell that's his office right there, I should say, at the right slot, and he puts it on his forehand, left hand long reach. He's able to use that long stick of his. Normally you see that a lot more in defenders, but him, using that long reach to get pucks in the back of the net. And a good job. 2 goals already this game. Now Partial able to track that one down in his own zone. Glavich with the bank pass up, unable to find Malloy. Now Sela loses the stick battle. Getting back and getting in his own zone is Malloy. He has his passing target as Glavich gets a piece of it, at least to negate the icing, but it didn't go the length of the ice. But Glavich is going to tie him up, try to lead it for Partial. He's unable to find it. And now back to retrieve it is Mitchell. Partial gets a piece of it, deflects it, and a good job to chase it and cancel the icing is Winsky. Good job there. It deflected, but on his own end of the red line. But now the Crimson Hawks the other way. Maddox Rierick trying to make a move around Mitchell. And he's driven into the boards, or I should say Semetoski. And now the shot into the logo of Dovachov.
A couple bodies in front of the net. I like the idea of that point shot right there, but good job by the goaltender. I believe that's Gates in there now. Able to stay with the pucks. Excuse me, that's
Hallman's back in net.
Oh, oops, my apologies.
I messed up on it too.
I think he changed his jersey.
It was confusing earlier. We had the 2 Crimson Hawk uniforms on both ends of the ice, but and the goalie switching up the uniforms. And a nice body check there as Sela leans into the offender. Getting it back is Cummings is that he loses possession, goes back into the zone. Johnson to retrieve it. And now on the far side, Seitz gives it back to Johnson. Now, it looks like the D pairing shifting a bit. Johnson, or nope, actually, we'll say the same. I thought they were going off for a change. Seitz banked pass up to himself. Instead, he'll give it to Wild. And Wild controls in the offensive zone. Facing pressure, he'll look to the net, put it in the middle. Seitz couldn't pull the trigger, and then backhand goes wide. Nice clear to the neutral zone as the Greyhawks able to live to tell about it.
What a break right there. That was looking dangerous for the Greyhawks there. Crimson Hawks almost put that one in and just couldn't get a full corral of that puck.
Now in the offensive zone, trying to shoot that one in was Hoffman. That one going wide. I believe that's DeTulio on the near side, trying to track that one, or excuse me, no, that was Cummings. And a call here. And we'll get an offside.
Well, Alex, there was a trip there, but I don't think we're calling infractions on this game.
Nope.
So 5:03 now to play here in the second period. 5-2, Greyhawks up, and they rightfully so. They've been peppering the Crimson Hawks. They've been taking advantage of every shot and offensive zone opportunity they've gotten, and they've just been doing a really good job, really complete game from them.
So a tripping penalty called. And the Crimson Hawks already down a man. As both teams will get directions from the bench. On to go. So it looks like the Greyhawks will move to a man advantage. 5-on-4. So we'll see our first power play of the night. Back out to the point. Ziemba, the two-way defenseman, gets it back. The shot going in, and that one deflecting off the post. Ziemba with it back at the point. Hoffman back to Ziemba, back to the far side now. Ziemba, the quarterback of this power play, setting up at the point. Back across to the far side. Constant movement now on the power play. This is opposite. You see a lot of teams, and all the way across, but couldn't find the stick of Hoffman. He had a gaping net to shoot at. Ziemba back with it at the point. To the far side. Back to the point. Now looking to the net, deflects, but Ziemba keeps it in. Holds it with a backhand pass.
And staying around the outside, they got to start moving in.
Ziemba at the point. That one finds its way in. That one riding high and hits a stanchion in the back. Now Spice with it on the near side. Spice switching sides. Normally playing left wing, but looks like he's moving on the right. Deflection as it goes in on goal, but the save. All Greyhawks on this power play thus far. Spice on the bad angle with a save in net. Now comes out Rierick off the change. Adams back to Rierick. Backhanded cross. And Ziemba can't find it. He deflects it in the neutral zone.
A minute and 30 of zone time on that power play for the Greyhawks. Tremendous work.
And no time for a change either for the Crimson Hawks after killing 90 seconds. Still have 30 seconds to go. Now a pass into the slot. Deflects around. Adams able to bump his man off and find possession. Puts it on the forehand. Now he looks to the net. Oh, nice move to jump over the defender. Was unable to clear. The power play nearing its closing seconds as the Crimson Hawks gets their man back. Trying to find the long pass ahead. It's the man out of the box, unable to find it. That one trying to find Metric. He jumps on and he'll retreat with possession and get his teammates a change.
Yeah, they desperately needed that one. Gray was they were cooking in the offensive zone. Nothing for it, but now Metric into the zone, just missing the net, and that one covered.
Impressive stick work there by Metric, able to find that puck.
Yeah, so Great opportunity for Gray, just not able to convert on the power play. And 2:24 now left to play here. Even strength, 5-2. Gray's on top.
Yeah, I really like that play by Metric. He again had that in the neutral zone, coming out of the box, had possession to get his team, his teammates to get off the ice and give him a break, and then goes up and takes a shot on the net. Great job by the center for the Crimson Hawks. Now to the slot, unable to pull the trigger was Fairman. Fairman gets it back. He'll move it back in, deflecting around, and couple sticks touching that one. And now taking it on that far side is Partial. And he'll dump it ahead for Glavich. Ooh, contact behind the net. Now Malloy on the backhand. Finds Partial back to the point. Deflects on its way to the net, but that one rides high off the stick of Glavich. Malloy able to poke check. He can keep the play alive. Gets it to Partial. The shot and the blocker save. Standing tall there was Davichow. As that one's redirected wide. Another close-in shot. And he made the initial save, but the rebound popped out. And Glavich, making no mistake, he has the hat trick in the second period.
And just a beauty of a shot right there. A lot of zone pressure, a lot of zone time for Gray right there. And just Davichow just could not handle the pressure. And you can't really blame him. There wasn't a lot of help for him, but that's 6-2. And like you said, that's the hat trick for Dom Glavich.
So 197 to go in the second period. It's been all Gray ever since the opening 12 seconds of this period when the Crimson Hawks got on the board, and since then, 5 unanswered. On the side, and giving it off to his offensive partner. Sela, unable to find the blue line. Stumped back into his own zone. Bransky trying to move it up the boards, and Winsky can't find it. Bransky poke checking and still able to get possession for the Greyhawks. Crimson Hawks doing a good job of keeping it in the offensive zone, but unable to contain Kutch as he moves it up himself. Receives his own pass behind the boards, and Sela will move it ahead. Kutch behind the net will give it out to the point. Wayward pass, trying to get to that one was Winsky, and he's unable to find it after being tied up. 40 seconds to go in the second period, and 6-2 the score. And now on this side is Supong. As he looks at the net, oh, the shot going a bit too far to the left, and he misses the net entirely. 26 seconds to go. The Crimson Hawks trying to find something on offense. But the Greyhawks doing a good job of keeping possession. And now it's poked ahead in the neutral zone. And the Crimson Hawks going the other way. Zupong in on goal. The pass, and he's unable to connect. Now going the way with limited time is Hoffman. He has to look to the net to shoot with 2 seconds left. To the middle, and no shot as time expires. Zupong with that opportunity going the other way. No defenders back. And obviously no need to, risk it all with just 3 seconds to go.
Yeah, so not the greatest period for the Crimson Hawks, but an outstanding period for Gray. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unanswered goals. And in that, the Glavich hat trick. And Gray just really hasn't been missing.
Yeah, I love that chemistry between Partial and Glavich. They're both looking very good out there together, and you have to expect, the coach loves to see the chemistry between the two as well, as Partial has certainly been a big reason Glavich has been set up on so many good opportunities, as we'll have a brief stoppage ahead of the third period.
So I guess we're just gonna get right into the third period. Only 10 minutes.
Yeah, after that halftime break, the boys are buzzing, getting ready to get back out there. So 10 minutes to go in the third period. It looks like, yes, 10 minutes to go in the third period.
So the Crimson Hawks going to try to eat into that lead. They don't have the full 20 minutes, so they're got to work fast here, Alex.
Absolutely, and a huge deficit, but we see how far the Crimson Hawks can come out and really take momentum early on in their periods and after stoppages of play. Let's see if they can continue to as they are trying to exit their defensive zone. Now through the neutral zone, trying to find it was White, unable to catch up to it though. Now on the far side, trying to dump it back was Cummings. And now the puck comes this way. And when thrown in on goal, or I should say just wide of the goal, as the Greyhawks control in the neutral zone. Hoffman dumping it in. Again, just trying to tick off the seconds are the Greyhawks as they have this massive lead and see what the Crimson Hawks can do. Oh, trying to go between the legs of Sela, but it's one of the top defenders on this team. Not going to do it that easy. On the far side, he takes the shot and a glove or a pad save. Should say in net. I believe Gates back in net for the Crimson Hawks. Puck comes back to the point. Trying to find it is Snicky, gives it off to the far side, comes back and trying to dump it in. It's number 18, a couple of new players down on the ice for this third period. The Greyhawks trying to leave their zone. Adams on this side receives a pass in stride. Back to the slot, but unable to find Rierick. You can see the chemistry between those two, picking right off where it ended last season. Rierick to the far side. Adams, this time looking to the net, putting it on the backhand. And he'll have to circle back, putting it back into the slot. Sela can't pull the trigger. Now Bocour the shot. And the goal from the high slot. Plenty of traffic, and Gates couldn't see it until it was behind him. And that's 7-2 Greyhawks.
What a beautiful shot by Bocour right there, beating him on the inside blocker, just able to squeeze it right past him, and just great. That's just a testament to the accuracy of Bocour right there. He's already got one in this game, so he's looking to build on that momentum and maybe, who knows, try to get like Glavich and get 3.
So now the face-off here. Glavich trying to cheat up a bit, but he gets burned. But the defense able to recover for the Greyhawks. Malloy, Glavich, and across all the way for the goal was Partial. I was just naming off the guys on the ice. That's exactly how that play transpired. Partial ripping it home upstairs on Gates. It's tough to go across the crease for a goaltender, let alone two of the more elite forwards that we've seen tonight connecting on that goal. And is that Partial's first tonight?
Yes.
Yes, it is. And he's been buzzing the offensive zone. A lot of assists for him, and he's been out there. He has and we don't have a stat on that one, but his plus-minus certainly in the plus.
Well, you were mentioning earlier, Alex, I really like that chemistry of Glavich and Partial. Malloy's on that line, too. He's been kind of quiet, but mainly Glavich and Partial. They've really just been buzzing tonight.
Yeah, Malloy supplying that forecheck to give them possession as Sela trying to shoot that one on. That one goes wide. Now from the point, out of the breadbasket of Gates. Just over 7 minutes to go in the third period. Cleared as far as center. And now the Crimson Hawks trying to get something started on the offensive zone. Metric putting it on the backhand. Can't find his own deke. Partial backhands that one up. And after a scrum, it goes past the neutral zone. That one comes out. Oh, the Greyhawks on offense now. The pass, unable to find anybody as Kutch, unable to control that puck from the beginning. A good opportunity there for the Greyhawks. A weird bounce as Metric trying to skate ahead of that one. Now he cuts back with it. Great job, stick-eye coordination by Metric. He's really shown that throughout this game. He's able to find that puck behind him, in front of him, no matter where. His stick checking is elite for a center.
Yeah, Metric's. I've really seen his ability to stick handle and get his way out of those sticky situations. And that puck trickling in behind the net, and the wickets were left open, and the Crimson Hawks are able to get a goal off of luck there.
Yeah, Metric with the assist there as he was able to find his man. Just as we were talking about, he has great hands, and he uses it there to set up a goal for his teammate.
It looks like that was Sinicki from the point, able to get that one in.
It deflected off of somebody in front, and I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if it was a Greyhawk defender or a Crimson Hawk forward, but either way, the Metric getting a point on that setup. Good job making that pass and good vision from the point to get that shot off. Speaking of point shots, you cannot ignore Ziemba's Knight. He's been a great two-way defender and really good defender playing on that power play. We saw a lot of his ability to shoot it in from the point. As the pass comes off here and a save for the Greyhawks.
So yeah, Metric does get the assist on that. I could have sworn the PA announcer said Gavin, but who knows? It might have happened, but I thought I saw Sinicki with that shot there, but nevertheless, Crimson is able to finally answer. Now in close there, a sprawling save, and Stahl's able to keep it out.
The Greyhawks there able to clear the blue paint, and now a setup by Kutch and robbery in goal. Gates shutting it down as trying to get that one in was Winsky. Now Kutch fans of the shot, but he'll recover and dump it into the zone. Just over 5 minutes to go in the third. Now they play with it behind the net. Tries to put it on the backhand. The Greyhawks will recover. Good job reading that pass by Portugallo. You haven't seen too much of Portugallo tonight, but a good read there to intercept that one. Now Sela moving up on it. Ooh, he takes the hit. They'll be driven in on their side. On that far side, playing with it is Mitchell. Battling for it was Zupong, but he's unable to come away with it. Again, he hasn't gotten on the board yet, but Zupong playing very well with those pink socks on the far side, but he's been everywhere tonight as well. He's a good winger for this IUP team and good depth as, again, contributing to the scoring. And once the two teams are playing together, certainly going to be a very entertaining product.
Yeah, it really is going to be interesting to see which of these players are going to make that final roster. Now, here we go in the middle. And a great opportunity there by Mr. Pink Sox, and just wasn't able to get it through. Another opportunity, getting the name on that, that's Zupanic.
Yeah, we're just saying he's been everywhere. Zupunk there, now behind the net, trying to set up an opportunity. Unable to pull the trigger, though, was Ririk. That one bounces over. Zupunk to recover it in the offensive zone. Gets it back to his point. Dixon dumps it in. Now taking the assault is Ririk. And now Zupunk can't control it in the slot. Getting to it is Hoffman. And he'll tip it up. Getting to it is Malat. That one goes wide, but he'll keep position. Bokor in the slot. He's been elite in that area so far. As he'll poke that one. On the far side, this one will come this way. Unable to find that one was Tulio, and the Greyhawks will recover. Adams in the offensive zone. I'm going to find a man at the point. They'll find Sela. Now that one will just be dumped in. Bokor to retrieve this one. Ririk, back to the point. Back to Ririk. Looks at the net, puts it on the backhand, and Adams was unable to find that one on the tip. On the far side, Wild drops it off for DeTulio. He takes a shot. And a good save there to keep it a 5-goal game. 2:42 to go in the third. And a nice save there.
So as this game's starting to wind down here, these players, you can see the players are starting to just really empty the tank. And they're trying to leave it all out on the ice to try to impress the coaches here to see if they can do anything they can to get a spot on that roster there. You know what I mean? Just leaving it all out on the ice, and you absolutely love to see it. The end of the hockey game is usually one of the most entertaining, and if you're just looking at the ice, it doesn't look like it's an 8-3 game. It looks like it's a 2-2 game, and it's double OT and Game 7.
I wouldn't go that far, especially with playoff hockey happening at the NHL level, but certainly an entertaining game tonight. Again, the score Not showcasing, especially the talent being shown in this third period as Zupunk up with it. 3-on-1 if they hurry. Zupunk to the middle. Back to Zupunk. And the save by Stahl.
That tough break for Zupunk right there. If he's not facing Stahl, that's going in every day of the week. And Stahl is just such a talented goaltender. And
Yeah,
like I
he's
said,
really shown that tonight. I mean,
yes.
in these exhibition games, sometimes you see the goalies, take a bit more risks and, sometimes they're a bit more theatrical. But honestly, this is Stahl's brand of hockey.
Yes.
Getting across, making that save. He's a good goaltender for this IUP team, and he's showing that tonight. Just over 2 minutes to go in the third. He's trying to center that one. Now the point shot coming in off the glove of Stahl. He'll direct that one to the corner. And to put it on the backhand, puts it into the middle. Good job by Malloy. Again, that's really been his role on that line, is retrieving that puck, doing a good job on the forechecking and in the defensive zone as well to retrieve that one and get it up the ice. Malloy's certainly been a great player for that line tonight. Off the post, and Zupunk finds the back of the net. It finds its way through the traffic and goes 5-hole on Stahl. It won't affect the outcome of this game, but a nice goal there by Zupunk to get that one on the net.
And he's been grinding. He's been waiting for that goal. He's had a lot of really good opportunities, and he's finally on the score sheet with a minute 36 to play in this third period. And you can't help but feel just really happy for him. He's finally able to get on the board, and like I said, he's been working. So now we have a goalie pool situation, and for the
Yeah,
Crimson,
yeah, coach is trying to see what the offense can do. Up a man. A 6-on-5 here for the Crimson Hawks. Down by 4. Hey, you want to talk about pulling the goalie. You see last night the Jets pulling their goalie with, 8 minutes left, down 4-0. And that was certainly crazy. But 2 minutes ago, far more respectable, and a goal here. Metric from the point, and a deflection, I believe, getting credit will be Maddox Rierick. So a 3-goal game with 112, and
this just got a
hold the
lot.
horses.
This got a lot more interesting very quickly. So they're gonna give credit to that to Rierick, correct?
Yep, up high,
Because
got that deflection in from the point, and I mean, with replay, that might have been a bit of a high stick, but a really good job of finding that puck regardless, and able to deflect its way past Stahl. 112 to go in the third.
yeah, impressive nonetheless. Like you said, if there was replay, that most likely would have been called back. But
Well, we've talked about Metric a lot tonight, and he stays out there in this man-up opportunity. And here we go. Going the other way is Rierick, and he makes it a 2-goal game. Maddox
wow,
Rierick, 2 goals in 6 seconds. 2-goal game.
oh
Wow.
my goodness, he knew exactly what he wanted to do as soon as that puck dropped. Great aggression off the draw, able to get past. That was Sela, strip him of the puck and snipe it. Bar on the glove side, top right.
And now the Greyhawks are trying to get possession and trying to get the empty net goal to slow down the momentum, but the Crimson Hawks doing a good job at swarming in the offensive zone as they control it in the neutral zone. Metric trying to move inside, takes contact, can't control his own play though. It comes back out, Rierick to the far side, shot, that one goes wide. Now comes back out to the point, slap shot, and he fans on that one. And it looks like Kutch will take this one up the ice and sink it with 27 seconds to go to make it a 3-goal game. So a nice bid for the comeback, but Kutch able to make it a 3-goal game. But again, Rierick certainly showing why he's an elite forward on this IUP team. Metric also having himself a night as well. He's looking really good out there.
Yeah, like you said, even though the Crimson Hawks are going to lose this game, they got nothing to hold their heads about. They had 4 unanswered goals right there in the third period, almost mounted the comeback, and like you said, Metric was a
Ooh.
big part of that.
Oh, it caught icing there, and Adams showing the I mean, hey, Adams is one of those guys. He has the speed, and he's going to beat a lot of guys. And man, he was the first one to that puck. And 21 seconds to go. I mean, yeah, you want to say, all right, team win or lose or whatever, but hey, the boys are out there. They're having a good time. And both teams showing a lot of talent. And certainly no quit for the Crimson Hawks yet as they move into the offensive zone with 10 seconds to go. Now the Greyhawks trying to control possession. Good job by Mitchell. He's been a good defenseman so far tonight for the Greyhawks, and certainly a huge reason why his team ends with a 3-goal lead. So that will do it for the Crimson and Gray game this year, as the Crimson Hawks and the Greyhawks
Yeah, so
meeting again. The Greyhawks coming away with the victory here, 9-6 the final score. Hat trick for Glavich, but a lot of new faces showing that they can score as well, and it's certainly an impressive show. A lot of depth on this IUP team, and certainly going to be certainly a night to look back on for for both teams.
exactly, like you said, a lot of high end talent, and this is the part I think for the coaches they're not going to like is trying to trim the roster down and trying to see who's going to make this team, who's not going to make this team, because everyone here did such a great job. Regardless if they were on the score sheet or not, they played very good defensively. I mean, I know it was 9-6, but there was a lot of really good defensive plays, a lot of really good passes, a lot of really good pickoffs as well. So the the Crimson Hawks, in general, not just the Crimson team,
Yeah.
they have a lot of promise, and this is really exciting to see as we're gonna go into the new season coming up. So it's gonna be really nice.
So overall, great game for both teams, and as the IUP Crimson Hawks closing this one out, the Gray team wins it by 3, 9-6 the final score. I'm Alexander Donaldson on the call, Peyton Trollinger with me, and we thank you for watching. Close this one out.